Today we're talking photo editing, specifically a program called Luminar 4. It's a platform for editing your photos that includes amazing tools like AI or artificial intelligence to help you edit your photos easily and more efficiently. When I heard this, I thought it was a bit gimmicky myself, but having spent some time with it, it's actually pretty incredible. Technology is advancing at a rapid pace every day around us, and photo editing is no exception. So check out this little brief overview of what I've created here today to show you some of the benefits, the features, the pros, and the cons of this platform so you can see if it's going to be right for you. Let's get into it. Artificial intelligence? I don't trust that. I've seen the Terminator. I know how that ends. Well, it's not really like that. It's more like complex algorithms that the programmers have put into this software to take a bunch of processes or steps and simplify them. Instead of doing 5 things, you're doing 1 thing or a slider. So in that regard, they've done a really great job at simplifying the process, making it more efficient. So today's not about ripping through this thing and going in every little detail about how this program works. This is more of just a general overview of some of the awesome features that I thought were pretty neat that I would consider using. So make sure you stick till the end to not only see what this is all about, but I also have worked out a little bit of a deal for you guys with the developers if you do decide to buy this software. So let's jump in and check it out. So the first thing you're going to notice is that this program is fairly simple. It's intuitive and it looks like kind of like a combination between Photoshop and Lightroom. It's very easy to use and you can actually use it as a standalone program or a plugin in your Photoshop and Lightroom workflow. In this case, we're going to look at the standalone program. So let's see how this program handles portraits. And typically, I don't know about you, but my workflow is going to include going from Lightroom to Photoshop and working with a lot of layers to get the end result. In this case, I'm just going to move a few sliders and you're going to see what's going to happen. So here's our interface here. And like I said, you can use this as a standalone program or actually as a plugin in Lightroom or Photoshop. So at the bottom, we have some presets, just basically a baseline to go off of, but let's let the AI choose for us. I'm going to click on AI Image Enhancer and then use the slider to let it basically choose a bunch of the settings for me. Now this is kind of like the equivalent of you hitting auto in Lightroom, but maybe just a little bit smarter, getting that baseline for you to start to work from there. And over here you can see that we have an Essentials panel and a bunch of options basically that we'd see in Lightroom. And by moving that one AI slider, it's already made adjustments to light, color, and AI Enhance. So now let's go into our Portrait tab here and see what we can do as far as portrait settings go. First, we'll click on AI Skin Enhancer and let it basically detect and smooth the skin using Content Aware. It's only going to focus on the things in the face and not the rest of the picture. So let's crank it up to see the maximum effect. And right off the bat, it really doesn't look that overdone. It actually looks pretty good. And we can click on AI Skin Defects Removal to make it go even further and get rid of just a few more things. There you go. Now you might have noticed that it took a second to render there. And there are good and bad with this program. One of the bad, unfortunately, is that at times it can be a little bit slow or even laggy. And that can be a bit frustrating. Sure, it's growing pains and there will be updates and more efficiency going into this program, but just be aware of that. So now with just one slider and one click, we've smoothed out the skin and it looks pretty good for me. And let's look at a quick before and after so you can see the differences of what we've done so far. Before and after. Pretty significant with just a couple sliders. Next, let's look at Portrait Enhancer. And here we've got some awesome tools to go ahead and just make some overall changes to just her face. We can light her face, remove red eye, whiten her eyes, and use something called Eye Enhancer. This one's really neat. Let's crank it up so you can see the full effect. And just like that, it looks like it's added some clarity, some vibrance, and just really makes that eye shine. We can remove some dark circles if there's any. In this case, there's not really any. We can slim the face with just a slider instead of going through and basically liquefying and distorting it. It actually does a pretty good job. We can also enlarge her eyes on the spot. And you don't want to go too overboard or it gets a little bit crazy. And like any image editor, I'd recommend not really going to 100% on anything. Try and keep it kind of in the middle, but really don't try and max it out on either side. So for me, although the subject is the eye in this picture, that's a bit big. So we're going to take that down a bit and see what eyebrow improve does. And that looks pretty good. Adding some contrast, some darkness. And we also have some choices here with lips and teeth. Unfortunately, there's no teeth and the lips are quite vibrant already, so we're going to leave that alone. So right off the bat, with just a few sliders, here's the result. Before and after. And that's quite dramatic. And I don't know about you, but that was done in about 30 seconds. And in Photoshop and Lightroom, that would have taken me a lot longer. Here's proof of that. Here's my workflow normally versus my workflow in this program. For the sake of time, I've sped up my Lightroom and Photoshop editing by 1000%. So it's no secret that Photoshop is complicated. It's incredibly in-depth and you could probably spend hundreds if not thousands of hours learning it. Luminar 4 is great for simplifying things and really bringing efficiency to your work. I love how the simple controls are right at your fingertips, but if you did need or want to go more in depth, that's an option as well. So was it really a surprise that it took me a fraction of the time to edit this picture in Luminar? Probably not. So editing the same picture twice is always going to give you different results, and here's what that looked like in the end. So next, let's have a look at a landscape photo. And this is another area where this program really shines, and for a few really neat reasons. Let's check it out. Once again, I'm gonna go right to that AI image enhancer and let it do its thing. So right off the bat, even at 100%, that's not even too much for me. It's got a little bit of an HDR look, but this time we're gonna go over to our creative tab and straight up to AI sky replacement. Now typically if you've ever replaced a sky in Photoshop, it can require a lot of masking, a lot of really tedious work, and it can be difficult. In this case, it's the complete opposite. Check this out. So here we are in AI sky replacement, and all we have to do is hit that sky selection button and click on a sky. And just like that, we have an incredible blue sky. In fact, not only does that blue sky change, but the entire image has changed, the mood, and the program's gone ahead and adjusted the exposure, the white balance, and everything. So all we have to do is click one single button to get a completely different looking and feeling image. So how cool is that? Let's check out a few more. It does have a bunch of presets and options available, but you can add your own, and that's pretty neat. Let's check out a sunset here. And here we can even change our exposure of the landscape if we wanted to brighten it or lowen it. And we can even get into some advanced settings like defocus the sky if need be, depending on how far we are and what our foreground's doing. We can change our landscape exposure with just one move of the slider. So let's take it even a step further. We all love sun rays and light coming through things. Well, there's an option to actually bring in some sun rays. And all you have to do is bring that slider up, and this is going to be obviously maxed right out. I'm going to do this for effect, and we'll press place sun center. And here I can drag it as we go around. You can see that it actually understands the depth of the photo, bringing that sun brighter or darker depending on what's in front of it, a tree, and even going as far as going under or behind the horizon. How cool is that? We can also go into our advanced settings and mess with things like the warmth or the tone, the warmth of the sun rays, the amount of the glow, the sun radius, the amount of the rays. It's just incredible. So just like that, with just a few clicks, we're gonna take that down just a bit. And let's look at after and before. So personally, I haven't really come across a software that lets you do things this quickly and easily and still maintain the quality of your image. So I've been really impressed with just a few things so far that I've used this for. I haven't gotten too in depth, but the beauty of it is, although it's very simple, you still can use your tough and your complicated tools. So there's just a brief overview of the new Luminar 4 platform. And what do I think about this as a whole? I think it's pretty neat. Is it for everybody? Probably not. You can do most of what you can do in Luminar in Photoshop. It's just a lot more complicated and time consuming. So if you don't have a lot of time or you're maybe new to photography, this might be an absolutely awesome option for you. There are pros and cons to this, and as usual, check out the very end of this video for my personal pros and cons regarding this software. If you think you might want to buy this software, check out the affiliate link in the description for you. And I have worked out a little bit of a deal with the developers for you, whether you're upgrading from Luminar 3 or going right for Luminar 4 and you're new to this product. I really don't think it's going to let you down. It's quite interesting and it has a lot of tools. Dozens actually of more tools than I've shown you in this video. And I will make a few video tutorials on this software, on the tools and some tips and tricks. And if you want to see something specific, make sure you drop it in the comments below. If you liked this video, guys, if it helped you out and if you enjoyed it, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. And like always, make mistakes, be yourself, and get out there and take some more pictures. See you in the next one.